And we're up.
Not yet.
Okay.
And we're live. We are live.
What's going on, guys? Thank you all for joining us on this very special live. On this one, we're showing you guys how to double up on your time and your money. And of course, without any interruption, there's somebody emptying out their their garbage in the back. So I hope it doesn't come through the stream to you guys. We're in a warehouse in the back, and everyone's moving stuff right now. It's 5 o'clock. So if you're watching this, we appreciate you, everyone tuning in. So in this very special live stream, we're really talking about what if you can get more time and money this year. Now, the next thing is essentially whether you're printing products or you're designing or you're actually making your own brand on your own, how can you be more effective with your time and with what you're working on? We're going to be diving into some very special, like there's one tool and there's one thing that I love when I heard about it. I paid for this training and I actually ended up getting an incredible value out of this resource. Probably the best thing I ever received in 2021. And I want to share this with you guys because it's definitely going to change the way that you look at how you're spending your time, look at how you're planning, how you're building, who you're working with, what you're working with, meaning software, people. There's so much that you guys can learn from this. So I'm excited to present it to you guys. And of course, since this is a live stream, we're also going to be bringing you guys live. So in a few minutes, we're going to be dropping an Ecamm link in the chat. So make sure you guys are in the chat for that because we're going to be dropping that and we're going to be bringing you guys on screen. So those of you guys that want to join us and get a real-time consultation, this is the perfect opportunity to do so because I always get messages on Instagram. I always get messages in the chats. Everyone says, how can we pay for your time? Well, my time is very valuable to myself, but I want to spend it with you guys here and hopefully be able to not just help you guys, but somebody else that's watching that may also want to get this feedback. They might be in a similar position as you. So why not make the most of everyone's time? Bring you guys on live so we can really help and diagnose what you're working on, and the people watching are going to take incredible value from that too. So, without any further ado, I wanted to just kind of preview this special tool. Cody, can you pull up that focus funnel? Yeah, guys. So we got two very important things we're going to be sharing with you guys. There's going to be the focus funnel and the hedgehog, but the focus funnel is what we're going to be diving into in a few moments. So keep that in mind. Now, before we jump into this, though, guys, I want you guys to, if you could bring the camera back over here. Right now, what's going to be really important, we're starting a new year. It's a new year. It's 2023. Last year was like, to me, it felt very, very weird because, 2020, we were stuck in home and people weren't really doing much. 2021 was the first year the economy opened, and 2022 was this one transitionary year where everyone's kind of like, wait, so what should I be doing now? Like, where is the world going? You had the war in Ukraine. You had all this stuff happen last year. And now we're starting 2023 with fears of a potential recession, with fears of what could be. Are we going to go to war with China? There's all kinds of things happening in the world right now. And it's the start of a new year, and it's a very chaotic one. So if you're watching this right now, it's very important that you don't let these situations, you don't let the circumstances you're in to affect the way that you're going to move this year. Because at the end of the day, things are going to continue to move forward with or without you interacting with them. If you decide, hey, you know what, I'm just going to lay low, be chill, like I don't really care about what's happening, then the world is going to continue to move forward and you're going to be left behind. In like upcoming live streams, we're going to be talking about how AI is really going to be innovating and changing the way things are, and how simple heat presses and things that you could do from home is going to disrupt entire industries. And you have an opportunity to be a part of all that if you decide to actually take action and move forward on some of these things. But in all reality, guys, and in real sincerity, I think right now at the beginning of this year, it's really important for me to share that, you have to take ownership in your life. Okay, you have to take ownership in your life because if you don't, then things will happen and they might overwhelm you. If you don't take ownership in how you're moving about your life, how you're moving about your business, if you're just kind of playing a passive role and letting life kind of dictate where it's going to take you, this year is not going to be any different than last year, right? And I recently lost somebody that I just started to get to know. Lost him. It's over the holidays, right? He decided to end his life soon. And entrepreneurship, business ownership, being in this situation where you're putting all this pressure on yourself can be very stressful and overwhelming. So right now in January, I don't know if you guys know, but between the months of December 15th to January 30th is the highest rates of suicide, right? For some reason, the holidays, the start of the new year, the holy, like, what am I gonna do this year? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get out of this hole I'm in. You know, don't let that overwhelm you. There's only so much that you can control, and there's so many forces and things that you can't control. So I just wanna really dive into this because it really hits me home personally when family members are starting to kind of go their own ways and who knows where they're going, right? And they're overwhelmed and they're in that situation as well. And I know a lot of you guys may be too. So if you're listening to this, just realize that there's only so much that you can control. You can't control what's going to happen outside in this world. There's no controlling what the government's going to do. There's no controlling what the world is going to do. You can only control the actions and the ways that you react to them. So be proactive versus reactive. Create a plan this year that you're going to stick to and that you're going to start formulating habits around, okay? Because you need to identify this very sooner rather than later, because it doesn't matter what tools we share, what ways and strategies that you can go about building your brand and business. None of that matters if you don't have this down. So Cody, can you actually pull up that hedgehog concept real quick?
Yes, of course, of course. So, hedgehog concept. Boom.
The hedgehog concept, guys. This one right here is where it all begins, okay? This is really where I want you to take some time right now. I want you to, as soon as this live stream is over, I want you to just go back to this part and really revisit this, okay? This is a hedgehog concept. Is by the writer of Good to Great. Forgot his name right now, the book author, but this little strategy here is really gonna help you hone in on what can you be the best in the world at, all right? The 3 circles, the deeply passionate about, what drives your economic engine, and what can you be the best in the world at? Those are the 3 things that you really need to think about before you make any plans this year. We've been talking about this since the end of last year, been putting it in your guys' head. I really want you to do this, and if you already started doing this, I want you guys to actually leave a comment right down below, okay? I want you guys to leave a comment in the chat as to if you completed this already. And if you're watching this and you want to join us, we're about to drop the Ecamm link. We're going to bring some of you guys up because there's some questions that need a little bit more clarifying, and we want to really diagnose where you're at in order to help you. So it starts with what you're deeply passionate about, okay? A lot of times we'll see something on social media, we'll see a promotion, we'll see something that's like, oh yeah, we really want, I really want to start a clothing brand, or I really should do this. And then you start doing everything, and then at the end of the year, you don't accomplish much. So you have to have a guiding force. You have to have a guiding star. And what you're deeply passionate about is the place to start. Meaning, what can you be doing for hours on end and lose your time in? What is that passion that you have? And then the other side of it is what currently or will drive your economic engine for that. So what drives your economic engine? Meaning, where are you making money? What makes you money, okay? And then you have to really fine tune what you can be the best in the world at, all right? And this what you can be the best in the world at is essentially asking you to go out and ask people that really know you, your coworkers, your family, your friends, and ask them, hey, where do you think I can be the best in the world at? You have an idea of what it can be, right? Sometimes you may need to bounce that idea off people that really know you, and maybe you'll find something out that you never really knew about yourself. So what can you be the best in the world at? What drives your economic engine, meaning what makes money, and what are you deeply passionate about? When you find an intersection between those 3 things, that's when you're really going to be working in your what they call the superpower, right? This is where you're truly are able to master if you do it long enough, right? And you may not be the best in the world at something right now. That's okay. But if you know that, hey, if I just continue to repeat this day after day, my progress is going to expand 10x or 5x day after day. You're going to be 400%, 352% better at the end of the year. If you know that, then really dive into that, okay? And then what makes money, meaning what are you currently doing? How can you monetize that those skill sets? How can you monetize that? And then when you go to your passions, like what aspect of that field are you truly passionate about? It might not be the printing. It might not be the designing. It might not be the marketing. But you have to figure out what you're truly passionate about so you can truly exploit that, and then you'll know where you need to start building your team around. Because if you know that you're truly passionate about one area and you know that you can make money a certain way, and then you also know that you can be the best in the world at it, well, now you got to build a team around that in order to help you become the best in the world at it, because you're not going to be able to do it yourself. You're going to be falling in different areas, so you need to identify where you're weak and where you're strong. So if right now, I want you guys to really comment on that. We have Rabbi Bester in the chat. We got Zaire Porter, Black Ballin' Enterprise. So many people, I don't know what I'm the best at. So Obama balls.
What the?
Said doesn't know what he's best at, but he's definitely pretty good at making screen names. So maybe think about pursuing a career in that. No, that's actually there might be some good money in you just coming up with funny stuff like that, right? You can literally print some T-shirts.
It says Obama balls.
Got little Obama balls on there. People will probably buy that.
Yeah.
Like legit, you're creative with your screen name there. So. Rabbi Bester, huge fan of your work, buddy. Thank you, guys. We're about to be diving into some strategies in a second that are going to change the way you look at spending your time and money. So I'm excited to show you guys that. But before we jump into that, I want to go ahead and let you guys know that you don't have to be doing this alone, okay? On YouTube, we invite you guys to participate. We're about to drop a link where you guys can actually join us live, and we can actually talk to you, we can consult with you, and bring you into the best direction that we have. Starting this journey about almost 13 years ago, 13 years or so ago, it could seem lonely. It could seem like you're not really sure who to turn to, where to ask questions or support or resources that you need. And that's why we created the FTGU.app. And through FTGU.app, we essentially help you learn it, make it, and sell it. And this isn't an app that's available on the App Store just yet. So just go to the website, FTGU.app. And through that app, we actually have a couple of different courses. We have some courses on print on demand. We have some topics on branding. We're going to be actively updating the curriculum there. And we also have a community of entrepreneurs that are incredible. And the one and only, the man Madin, is the guy that's the program director. So you guys have probably seen him around the channel. Madin, thanks for joining us, man. I think you got to raise your seat.
What's up, buddy?
Okay.
He's not a midget.
Nope.
He's actually pretty tall, yeah.
Right, but you're still pretty short, dude.
Okay, all right, let's see.
Bring it all the way up. Come on now.
Yeah,
There you go.
is. All right. Cool, guys.
What's up, everybody? How's it
Madin,
going?
introduce yourself. Tell them what FTGU app has been all about and some of the things that you want them to know.
All right, cool. So, hello, everyone. My name is Madin. I keep introducing myself. You guys have seen me before on these streams, but I just feel like this is John's channel, and there's a lot of new faces that pop up, so I should probably take the time and show respect to you guys, explain who I am. This is, I'm director for the From the Ground Up community, and so there's a lot of great people on there. What we do is we teach people how to learn it, make it, sell it. So find products, find what they're good at, find any kind of a website that they can sell things to people, and then make it, and then find ways to sell it. So learn it, make it, sell it is what the name of the game is. And I've been working with John now for over a decade. Worked on plenty of different projects, and then coming to a head with this one. We see an opportunity that there's never existed before with online Shopify, with Instagram, social media, with printing, press art, apparel. So everything's completely changed. We have everything you need, and we're just here to get that message out to the rest of the world. So I would encourage all of you guys who are on the stream right now, if you want to be around people who are always motivating you and pushing you, join the community. If you want to get good information where you're getting streams, people who are here, we're coming from the stream, where we're talking and teaching you lessons on how to actually make the best products, what prices you can get it at. And then if you also want to learn selling strategies, and then more importantly, if you want to get products for cheap, at a good price at streetcrafter.com, which is our website, you become an FTGU From the Ground Up community member, and you get those discounts.
Yes, and I just finished posting the links to that. You guys can reference it, ftgu.app, and The premise of the whole app was how do we connect you guys to the best supplies at the best prices? That was probably the biggest challenge that we had last year in trying to rally everyone up behind this mission and idea. Because everyone's got some way that they want to do their business, or they got things called channel conflict, or I don't know where this is going, conflict.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, people in the industry that we worked with, whether it was all the way back in the day when we were making backpacks for Revive, or just as recently as this past couple of years, everybody works in their own bubbles, you know, in the industry. So that's why when you're seeking things out for your brand and to make things, it's really hard to figure out who sells what at what price and how to get it at a, you know, if you have an LLC, if I don't have an EIN, it's all scattered. So the journey for you to start out for your business, it might be a little murky. So we want to clear all that up and then bring it to one place so you can get products that you need, get to making money.
Exactly, guys, and that's why we launched the StreetCrafter.com site. So over the next few weeks, you guys will be seeing some incredible product drops. Right now, we started with press art. Now, if you guys missed the other live stream that we had, we actually showed you guys how press art works, but it's really simple. All you gotta do, head on over to StreetCrafter.com, you upload a design, any design that you guys want, whether it's a logo, whether it's names for a team, whether it's your photo, whether it's your girlfriend's photo, whether it's a graphic design for your brand. You simply just upload it to the designer that we have. From there, you order it, and we'll actually ship out the sheets. So we have industrial printers. We got a whole entire operation to support brands and businesses in this community this year. Because look, before, in order to do something like this, I mean, they sell some like little desktop printers for like what, $5,000 or something?
About that, yeah.
Definitely not worth the investment, because if you actually start doing volume with it, you're gonna be printing all day. You're gonna be printing these sheets all day. It doesn't make any sense.
You're going to have powder everywhere. You're going to be putting it on there. It's going to be a mess.
It's gonna be a mess. So what we did is we made it super accessible, because before this, you had to go out and place a minimum order quantity of like $110 in order to get something. We made it where you can literally check out with $17. That simple. All you gotta do is order a bulk sheet, upload the designs.
What the?
It's easy, guys. It's super easy. It's fun, right?
Yes, it's actually a lot of fun.
Because you made some stuff too, right? What were some of the things you made?
So I went over Christmas break. I made my first batch of anything that has to do with what is known as direct to film, but we call press art, this stuff. So you can see that here. So when the other day, you know, I actually just took this design that was sitting around the office that we created, and he pressed it to this shirt.
With an iron.
With an iron, with like a clothing iron. And I knocked it out in like a few minutes, and you know, it's done. So, but I did it for my family. I did it for on Christmas. On Christmas, I made everybody their favorite thing on Google. I just looked up Mbappe, soccer player. I looked up all these different people, and I just started making products and sold it. And I was like, this is a blast.
What's incredible, guys, is that it literally feels, it's like a mix of, to me, it's like a mix of screen print meets DTG, meets like a vinyl, has kind of a vinyl feel, kind of a screen print feel. The best way to do press art, if you're a clothing brand owner, is how do you let fabrics breathe through the design, right? But it actually feels incredibly nice, even when you print it just like this, full color. Whatever your printer, whatever Photoshop does, whatever you're designing on Photoshop, look, check this out. I thought this was really cool. I was doing some tests.
Yeah.
As you guys can see, there's like this little barcode sticker, and I don't know if it's too far to see, but it's folded and crinkled up, and so when you're looking at this design, you're like, wait, is that a barcode label on?
It tricks me all the time. I think it's actually like a barcode sticker.
Yeah, it looks like it's a barcode sticker. So what I am really excited about this, and we're going to be showing some stuff, is you can actually do full prints. We're talking about all over printing from home. It's incredible. It's incredible.
What
It's gonna be
the?
incredible. This is really changing the game. It's helping people start a brand and business with little to no money. Literally, $17 buys you this 23 by 20, pretty much a 2 by 2 foot sheet. You can upload your logos, your designs. Now, if you want more, if you want a 5-foot sheet, because you're like, yo, you know what? I just really want to test this thing. I really want to upload all my designs and get my logos on my shirt for less than 20 cents. Literally, just go over there and order the 23 by 60. You could design it on our designer, or if you guys want to just go ahead and upload your own finished design in the dimensions of 23 by 60, you just upload it there. Once you check out, our work is received, it's printed and shipped within 2 days. So you guys get it between 2 to 5 days max. So this is an example of how you can lay out art, the entire artboard. Just fill it up, guys. As many as you want to put. All you gotta do is cut it out at home. Once you receive this this roll of film, you just cut it out, and then you could either use an iron. You can I personally recommend a heat press if you're gonna be starting up a business, but there's other low cost methods of heating up the design. Medine will show a couple of other examples in tomorrow's video because tomorrow's Make It Wednesdays. So in Make It Wednesdays, we're going to show you guys how things are made, and we're going to be bringing on some very special guests onto that as well. So
yes, and also you got to understand something. Sometimes, so I take salsa dance classes, if I haven't mentioned on the stream, about 800 times already. So the cool thing is my instructor always tells me, slow down. And it's really important to slow down and properly communicate the opportunity that's right in front of you, and so that way you guys can clearly understand what you can do with direct-to-film, as we know, is press art. So for people who don't know, because I told my family about this, and they're like, Medine, exactly what are we doing? What is this? How does this work? So this is what you call a pressable art sheet or press art. See, it has a design on it, and it's sticking here to this film, this paper. We print these out for you, okay? And so the way this works is you upload your design to our website. You get these sheets that look like this, and then you place them on top of your shirt. You grab a heating element like an iron, and then you stick it onto the shirt with the heating element. Okay? Pull it off, and then the design is left behind onto the shirt.
And it feels incredible. And
that's how it works. That's press art, okay? So a lot of times people they find it daunting, the artwork aspect of this. The Photoshop is a very scary place for some people. Probably not for you guys, and if you're a master, then respect to you. But the people who are new, you think you have to go to Upwork or Fiverr to find an artist, there's a place I'd like to share with you.
What is it called?
This wonderful land of Canva.
Canva.
AKA, that's the French way to say it. It's Canva. You go to canva.com.
Or Canva.
Canva.
Hey, you guys go on that Canva, give me a t-shirt design.
There's a canvas right there. I still haven't got my canvas shipped.
So people know, you go to Canva, this is for people who don't know how to use Photoshop. You go to this website, and then you start looking up templates. Pay $15 to this place a month, and you got all of these templates.
$10, right?
Or excuse me, for a premium is 15.
Let's
go with 10 to 15
bucks. 10 to 15 bucks.
Give or take. That investment.
They got a free trial.
And plus a couple of hours of your time allows you to now start making designs from an idea and then bring it to life. They do things like centering the design for you, making sure it's the right dimension, making sure that things are properly aligned. The things that you wouldn't know how to do in Photoshop, Canva does for you.
Cody's doing it in real time right now.
In real time.
Yeah, I just I searched streetwear shirt, and they gave me a bunch of streetwear templates. So this is like a little Y2K thing.
Guys, yes. It's incredibly easy to do this.
See how this works? And look at that. He's looking up the design, and they have tons and tons and tons of stock images you can use, photo filters you can use. It's Instagram on steroids. It's everything you're looking for.
And then you go to streetcrafter.com because Leah just asked, where do you order the prints? Streetcrafter.com. You can order individuals. Now, individuals are real easy because they'll actually be pre-cut and shipped to you, so you don't have to do any cutting. You just place it on the shirt. Those are the pre-cut templates. Now, because we're pre-cutting and actually cutting them for you, there is a small minimum order quantity. They're probably the smallest in the industry. I think it's about
6 units.
6 units. So for less than $20, you guys can start doing business. Those are the single. Now, if you want to order, just upload all your crazy designs. Get super creative with it, guys. Test it. Order the bulk sheets. Now, the bulk sheets are either $17 or $30. And all it is you upload as many designs, we ship it to you, and then you got to cut it and just press it. It's that easy. Now, everything gets shipped it gets processed within 2 days and shipped to you. So by the time it's over to you, it could be there within 5 days. Now, you can order as much as you'd like, where there's no cap on it. We got the capacity for manufacturing. It's going to be a fun year.
Absolutely. And once you get your press art, it'll be come in these orders, and you'll actually see it on the design you uploaded and created. You have to make sure. See this? See where it's all like blank? See it's like film and everything? Can we get a camera shot on that?
Yeah.
So I want to show people this. See like the background, it's like this film area, it's empty around it. The reason why it looks like this and it comes out on the shirt looking like this is because this is a file called PNG file. You have to download it. When you go to Canva and you download your file, make sure it's a PNG file. That way the background is in white or black, and then it messes up your design, because now when you press it, the t-shirt won't come through, just a white block will be here. It looks kind of ugly and kind of clunky, okay? So avoid that by sitting there and changing it to clear the background setting on Canva. And so you do that and you make sure it's PNG format. That's what print shops use. That's what our website uses, okay? So not JPEG, not PDF, not anything else, all these other things. Our studio's under construction, ladies and gentlemen.
I was trying to find an example. I want to
Yes.
bring the example. Really
Oh,
cool.
that is a good example to show. So it's incredibly important to do this, okay, guys? So there's another thing to understand here is that when you get these designs, these are what you call cold peel. Cold peel. What does that mean? When this is off of the heat press, it's hot to touch. Do not peel off this film while it's hot. You know what will happen? This thing will start to come up. The design will start to come up because it's hot. Let it sit for a minute or hit it with a cold towel. Shout out to Pure Motion Apparel on Instagram. Follow him for some more information. So now, once you hit it with that cold towel, then you can slowly remove it, and then this design will be completely transferred. And then, boom, your shirt's made, okay? Now, you don't need ink for this.
I couldn't find the example.
Okay, all right.
But
So
you
got
guys
this
could
one.
do almost anything, guys. Like literally, you could do almost any design. Like this is one I made for my cousin. He's a Hot Wheels enthusiast, and so I created this. Like I personalized it with his TikTok name, his Instagram account. Literally any full color design you guys can think of. Now it doesn't have to be your brand either. Like think about this year is all about figuring out where can you make money. Because that's the important part of actually building a business, a clothing brand. A clothing brand can potentially take some time. If you have an audience, if you already have a captivated audience, press art is an incredible way for you to drive up your margins. Because a t-shirt and a press can be less than $8-9, depending on where you get your blanks. We're gonna be having some incredible prices on our blanks too. That's the next product. Somebody was asking where can they get the blanks. We're gonna have them there available without any wholesale requirements. So you can literally create your own products, less than $9-10, and then you can resell shirts for $25-35. The margins are yours. And all you need is a press, a shirt, and some press art.
Remember, the margin is the amount of profit that you're gonna make after all your costs. So after your labor, after your time, after all of your hard materials and supplies costs, everything that's left over, that's your margin. That's where you put money in your pocket to fuel the business to keep it going forward. And that's what this channel is about.
Yep, we're all about helping you double up this year. So the title and the promise of this video is doubling up your time and your money. Now, making products in-house, you can double up your money because now you're not sourcing it out to somebody that's on demand, maybe making it for $18-20 and you have to sell it for $25-30. You start making things for $10 and selling it for $30, and it's quality. It's the same quality, or probably even better than a lot of these print shops out there. And the crazy part about it, guys, is that print shops are already using this, and they're ripping people off. I want to go ahead and call them out because I was on a call. I'm not going to say which call it was on. They said they're using this technology and charging 5-color prints for using.
You want to break that down for us, what that means?
So what that means, guys, is that the print shops are in trouble. Sorry. 2023 was the year that that the print shops are definitely in trouble because now everyone watching, including yourself, has the opportunity to start making money from home. Before this, you had to invest into equipment. You had to buy a DTG printer, or you had to buy a crazy cutter to increase your production to be able to do anything like this. But now, you literally can just order stuff for $17 and get 4 or 5 designs out of it, literally printing for less than $8, less about the same cost as a volume pricing at a print shop you could do from home, one at a time. It's absolutely incredible, guys. Seeing you guys take action on it over the last week. We just launched a video. We launched a special video showing more details on it. It's live on our channel now. It's the most latest video. And just seeing the orders of you guys, like what you guys are submitting, the art, I'm excited for what this year has in store.
Absolutely, me too.
And to kind of just break down some of the numbers, Cody just asked, like, what does that mean when a print shop is charging you for 5 colors, or what is costing with print shops, right? So when it comes to print shops and it comes to screen printing, they usually charge per color. Now you're gonna get a really good deal when you just do 1 color, because that means that they're just filling up the screen one time with either white, black, or red, whatever your design was. And all they're doing is they're filling up their screen with that same color ink and they're pressing it, right? 10, 12 times. That's usually why they give you a minimum order of 10 or 12 with screen printing. And if you do 100 shirts, they might give it to you for like $6. It's because they did one color is really simple. Now, when it comes to 4 or 5 colors, meaning you got red, you got a black, you got a gray, you got a random gray here, which might be a half tone.
There's a lot of colors in there. There's orange.
There's another tint of red. So depending on how they do their screen, they charge you anywhere between 5 to 7 colors because that's how many colors are here. Now, historically, in order to do a print like this at a shop, you had to go out and actually produce volume because they're going to charge you setup fees for your art. They're going to have an art setup fee, which might be anywhere between $50 to $100, right? And then they're going to charge you per screen color that they're printing. So your total cost on this garment might be something like $25, maybe more, depending on your volume, right? That's just the cost of screen printing, and you have to produce like 100, right? And then you still have to pay for the art fees and everything else. So you have this bulk design that now you're hoping that you're going to sell, and hopefully you sell it, or else you have to discount it, take a loss, and your brand is done before it even started because you placed an order for a screen print design that you really loved and thought was going to sell.
Can I answer a question that Milo asked? If it's Milo, OG Milo, I hope I said that, pronounced it correctly. He said, what would you say is the biggest obstacle that comes when starting a brand? How can I prepare for this? Let me tell you, the biggest obstacle is your brain. Everyone's brain. Yeah. Our own mind. Not you personally, Milo. I think you're cool. What I'm saying is that what we tend to do, our brain is like a poodle, and it starts pooping everywhere and letting it up on the couch and ripping up the pillows if you let it. So what happens is, instead of being simple like we're trying to lay it out for you here, what you'll end up doing is add new tasks and obstacles to get to the money. So like you'll give yourself tons of things and obstructions to say, well, the design has to be perfect, or
the blank material's got to be the best.
Yeah. Something like
I need to feel the material.
Exactly.
You haven't even sold anything.
Custom cut.
Exactly. Without finding out what people want, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think to add to Medin's saying, like, we give ourselves so much obstacles because we've been doing so much research and following so many people that we neglect the number one important thing, and that's just selling the idea to somebody. So somebody buys it and gives you money for it, because an idea is worthless unless somebody pays for it. And a lot of times we prevent ourselves from doing anything because we're like, well, I want to find the best blank. You know, like I really need something that fits like this, and it also has this, and I only want to buy one of them, and it needs to cost $6. And then wholesale companies are like, you know what? Minimum orders are going to be 50 units for that. Or you want to create your own custom cut and sew design, and it's like, hey, now you got to wait 4 weeks, and you got to pay $4,000 for that one staple product. Right? You're giving yourself all these barriers versus just saying, how can I prove out my design? How can I prove out my brand? Are you going to go in on the design? What's the message of it? Who are you working with to market this company? Is it going to be influencers? Are you going to run an ad campaign? Ad campaigns are going to fail unless you have a really stock of inventory, right? Unless you have multiple designs and you can upsell and increase your order cart. If you're thinking about, I'm going to launch one design, I'm going to run ads, and I'm going to make money, you're already setting yourself up for failure. You want to start yourself with, how can I put something out and get somebody to buy it? That means you might have to message some people. You might have to personally sell things at school, in person. Those are going to be your first influencers. You can do photo shoots with them. People will start proving out the market for you. They'll be like, oh, I really like your brand. And from there, you start to grow, and then you can afford those other luxuries. But I think there's a big misconnect between what's being shared on social media and what actually happens in reality. And the reality is, it's going to take 4 times the amount of work, and it's going to cost you twice as much as you expect.
That's true.
So
a great marketing tactic I actually witnessed the other week was I ended up buying a t-shirt from a small brand. It was a part of our friend group, and she was like, "Oh, I can drive and I'll go wherever." So we're like, "Oh, okay." So we all hopped in her car. I hop in, and there's no middle seat in the back. It's full of a bag of T-shirts. And I'm like, oh, what are these? She's like, oh, they're my shirts. You want one? They're $30. And I was like, oh, yeah, these are cool. Let me just get it. So all she had to do was close the sale because I just saw she had the T-shirts. And I was like, these are pretty cool. What's going on with these? She's like, $30. And I was like, and it was a press art shirt, too. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, sounds good. I like it. Let's go. You know what I mean? That's as easy as it is.
You just got to ask for the sale, guys. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Design something. Put it out. If somebody doesn't like it, find out why. Maybe ask somebody else that you think might like it. Because sometimes I feel sometimes people also think like, well, you're not the audience for this, so that means that it doesn't matter what your opinion is. What do you think of that?
And that's what I mean about like your own mind causing you more and more problems. Don't listen to yourself a lot of times. Listen to the people who are willing to buy from you, and then you'll make money.
Yes, guys. And if I always found it like, especially when we started the very first brand, like we were like, oh no, this is for students that like raves. That's why it doesn't matter what your opinion is. You're an older person. You don't even rave.
You don't know what you're talking
You
about.
don't even rave, bro.
and they're like, no. I mean, you guys should really add this, and you should do that. They were literally giving us custom feedback that would have made our products 10 times better. And we just disregarded it because we're 20-year-olds thinking we know everything.
And we made backpacks with upside down R's on them and zippers that didn't work. But that's what you do. You learn and you grow. Right?
Exactly, guys. Exactly.
But you can expedite your learning process by joining the community. Learn it, make it, sell it. It's telling you that process of a business. You got to have a function. You got to sell the products. Go to the app, ftgu.app, sign up, and then we have streams 3 days a week. Learn it Tuesdays, make it Wednesdays, sell it Thursdays. We're talking about just this. So $20 a month, you can't beat that with a stick. Plus, you get discounts on everything you get from streetcrafter.com. So it's our own little Costco, and it's our own little community. So we're very proud of it, and we want to see it grow, and we hope you guys will join us and we can see you on there.
What's something that recently came up that you want to share with the audience? What's something that was really cool that you were like, man?
Well, I mean,
somebody came in from out of town the other day. Huh?
Oh, yes, Rhino.
Cool.
I don't know if he's on the stream now. Rhino came out from Louisiana, came all the way down to Las Vegas, and he said, yeah, I'm at a convention, and I'm going to be out there, and then, if we can link up. This man is, I think he's somewhere around 60 years old. He's very involved in his church, and he has a brand called Bibles and Beards. Beards and Bibles.
It's really cool.
Amazing brand. It punches you right in the face. I mean, he lives the brand. He is the brand. And he shows up. He's like, yeah, you want to meet up? And then so we sat down. We broke bread. We had a couple of hot dogs at the mall. He's like, actually, I came out here to meet you guys, man. I really wanted to see what was going on. I was like, are you serious? So he came all the way out this ways, and he spent that time. And we learned about his company, and we gave him a game plan for the year. I was like, hey, this is what you're going to work on. This is the next steps. He learned about press art. He learned about his T-shirts, working with his church to get his brand moving forward. He left and he's like, man, I got the best value in the world. So we want that little interaction. We want to expand that out. We're in the Las Vegas area, so if any of you are around, come see us. We'll talk to you. But
there's gonna be some good developments in that real soon.
Yes.
It's gonna be a Street Crafter headquarters, events, trainings, workshops. We're pumped, guys.
By the Las Vegas Strip.
Yes, really close to the Strip. We hope you guys can make it out. We're gonna have a presence here. It's gonna be incredible. We're so pumped to show you guys. So the whole promise of this, guys, Cody, can you actually drop an Ecamm link? If you guys want to join us live, we're about to take some of you guys on a call, okay? Right after I share this very special, I opened up with this whole live stream. If you guys are just tuning in, the promise of this live stream is how do you double your time? How do you double your money, right? How do you double up in 2023? We talked about how press art can change the game and help you double up your money when it comes to printing products. You do this from home, you have better margins, you have an ability to somewhat control your life and destiny. Now, on Ecamm, we're going to bring a couple of you guys up, and we're going to have some questions for you, and we're going to diagnose what it is, and we're going to answer some of your questions that you may not know you needed answering. So if you guys want to join, the link is going to be in the chat. Go ahead and join that, and you're going to be in a green room. In that green room, we're going to queue you up, so we'll bring you guys on in about 5 minutes. So just give us some time. We won't have time for everyone, unfortunately, so please put yourself in the queue through the Ecamm link right down below. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about the focus funnel. This is an exciting one.
I love this.
I don't think I shared this one with you yet.
No, I haven't heard it. I saw a little glimpse of it, though. I was excited.
Cody, can you pull up the focus funnel?
Of course. Here we are.
We got the focus funnel, guys. All right, this sounds kind of cheesy. Sounds kind of whack. Focus. My daughter says, she's like on her swing set. She's always like, focus. So this focus funnel, guys, is super important. So once you know what you're doing, once you're getting in business, once you're making stuff, or actually just working towards the building of your brand, this focus funnel is gonna come in clutch. I guarantee it to you, okay? So give me about a minute or 2 minutes to explain it, and then I wanna take your questions. We're gonna bring you guys on the Ecamm, so please join the Ecamm link. Okay, the focus funnel. When, life is always gonna throw tasks at you. there's going to be an ever-ending list of tasks that's going to be like thousands of things you got to get done. And a lot of times we feel overwhelmed by the thousands of things that we got to do that we just start working on them. We just work on them. And at the end of the week, we didn't finish what was actually going to move our life and business forward. So the focus funnel means you need to identify what is going to be the biggest things you got to finish within this week, within this month, within this quarter, within this year. What do you want to accomplish first? You need to know where you're going, because in order to use the focus funnel, you need to be focused on how you move this year. Okay, you can't just be doing everything and everything. You got to have one clear focus. And now, when it comes to the tasks associated with that focus, there's essentially three options that you have when any task comes to you. The first is you can eliminate even doing it. Meaning, you know what? I don't need to do it right now. I'll just forget about it. Maybe it's not important. Maybe you didn't even have to do it because you just kind of leave it to the side. So you could either eliminate it, you can automate it, meaning, hey, this is something that I can maybe put some automation behind. So just think about like bill pay, right? Like bill pay on your cards, bill pay on your house or your rent. You do auto pay, right? By spending 2-3 hours setting up all your finances on auto pay, it saves you about 2 hours a month. So you automated that task, so now you have 24 hours free in that year. You don't have to focus about bills anymore. You just make sure that there's money in the account, right? It gives you time to focus on getting money in the account. You don't have to go and log into everything. That's an example of automating. It could also be, hey, let me automate some of my tasks when it comes to distributing content on social media. I'm spending 2 hours a day publishing to all the platforms. Is there a platform that could save me 2 hours a day, which means it's going to save you 10 hours a week? That 10 hours you can use to reinvest into your business, into your brand, into your personal development. Now, the third option is delegate. And delegate is essentially, handing it off to somebody else. When you delegate a task to somebody else, that means that you're either hiring, that they're freelancing with you, they're an intern. You're no longer doing that task, but you're handing it off. When it comes to delegating, you need to realize that delegating is going to cost you time up front, but it's going to save you hours in the future. So an example of this is, let's say, and this is actually from Rory Vaden is the guy that taught me this. Incredible business consultant. And Rory Vader put this together, so I want to give a huge shout out to him to begin with. But delegate is essentially the task of moving what is on your plate and training somebody else up on doing it. Now, the thing about delegating, this means hiring, this means training somebody, this means working with somebody. The thing that you need to know about delegating is that it takes 30 times the amount of time it takes you. So what that means is if it takes you about an hour to edit a reel, when you start, but you know exactly the way you want your reels, and your reels are getting 10,000, 1 million views. You know exactly what it is that you like, and you're editing it. It takes you an hour. That means to train somebody up on doing something like that is going to take you 30 hours just for them to get a hang of it a little bit, just enough for them to do some of the tasks. Not all of them, but they're at least going to be able to edit something for you. Now, if it means that you're writing email newsletters and it takes you 30 minutes or an hour to do an email newsletter, it means it's going to take you 30 hours to train somebody else. So delegating is definitely a big investment of your time up front in order for it to pay off in the back end. Because if you're sending a newsletter out every day and it's an hour a day, that's 5 hours a week times 52. What is that, like 100? Let's just say 100 something, 5 times 5. Let's say 250 hours, right? 52 weeks, 5 hours a week. Let's just say it's 250 hours that you're spending writing newsletters a year. If you hire somebody, that now saves you time, right? You got 252 hours to do something else. So, for instance, this ice cream man, right?
Ice cream truck going on.
This ice cream truck.
What the?
You know, the company that actually owns the ice cream, that guy isn't out here delivering his ice cream. He's just delegating it to somebody. Okay, and within your business, you got to find ways to delegate your tasks. You got to find ways to eliminate what you're doing. You got to find ways to automate what you're doing.
They automated their call to action.
Yeah.
Their call to action is instead of going out the window, ice cream. Who wants ice cream? They play the song.
They made the song. They automated it. It's streamlined. All right. So the focus funnel, all right? So I just described what's in the focus funnel. If you're just joining us, we're showing how you can double up your time and money. And this focus funnel is an important part of this year, okay? I want you guys to really apply this. Actually take a screenshot or draw it on your notepad. You really want to practice this. I promise you it's going to change the way that you're doing business this year. So when it comes to the focus funnel, the tasks are at the top, all right? And the reason that the tasks are at the top is because you have to make a decision. Like at the end of the day, you're the person that makes the decision. That's why it says now or later, right? So the task is gonna come and you're gonna either decide, you know what, this task is no longer important. Maybe it was important for me to draw or to write this letter to this person in order to do X, but it's no longer important because the day passed, the deadline's done, so you eliminate that task. You don't keep it on your task list. You're like, you know what, it's not gonna make a difference, eliminate it. You're either gonna take that task and say, okay, can I automate it or can I delegate it? And if you can't automate or delegate it right now, then you're gonna concentrate on it. So that's why it says now, concentrate on it. You're gonna end up doing it. If you procrastinate and say, you know what, this task isn't important, let me just put it to tomorrow or to later this week, you're gonna actually procrastinate on purpose, meaning you're not gonna do it on purpose because you're gonna give yourself time to see, was this task important to begin with? If it wasn't, you eliminate it. If it is, you find a way to automate it. And if you can't automate it, you find a way to delegate it. Now that's kind of like the mix. Does that kind of make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, it doesn't mean because you run into this every day. You wonder to yourself, is what I'm doing making me money? Because that's really what you ask yourself when you come home. Like, I've had a lot of fights with a lot of family members coming up, like, because people are wondering, hey, you're spending 20 hours a day, we never see you, plus, you know, the light bill's late.
Refer them to your focus funnel.
Yeah. I'm here with you.
You're on the eliminate right now.
Even worse, I might automate you.
No.
But honestly, I mean, that's
Every week, hey, Ma, hope you're doing good.
Automated text messages.
That's really what it is. I mean, like, do you just look at your life? Do you have the life that you want currently? The answer is no. Then you probably need to either eliminate, automate or delegate. And so this process, while new concepts are hard to digest for the first time, run the stream back and look over it a few more times and think about the things in your life that are either wasting time, and then do an inventory and then figure out what's making things move forward in your life. So that, I think it's really important to do.
Incredible. Cody, do we have somebody on Ecamm?
So I heard the green room come in while we had the focus funnel up, but I think they got impatient. We had two people that went ahead and left.
If you want to join us live right now, answer your questions live. Make sure you guys have just some audio. Make sure you have some decent video. We want to see you guys. We'd love to connect with you guys in real time. So hit the Ecamm link that's in the chat. We'll bring you in. Remember, it's only going to be for the next few people that join. There's a lot of good questions. We'd love to have more background because we also want to answer questions and have people relate to what you're doing. At the end of the day, you're helping somebody by coming on screen and truly just being transparent with where you're at. It allows us to better assist you. That way you get a ton more value. And I always get messages on Instagram about, can you get on a call with me? I'll pay you for your time. And unfortunately, I don't do that right now because I'd rather help the couple dozen or hundreds or thousands that are going to end up watching this on the replay. I'd rather help them also see what you're going through, and together we can help each other. So
it's a link in the chat. It says guest.ecamm. So if you click on that, it'll bring you right into the green room, and we are ready for guests right now. It's wide open.
David Patrick says, what's the general timeline of the next few products to release on StreetCrafter, and what are those new products? Month of February. Before the end of month of February, we'll have new products. Within the next 2 weeks, we drop some very special tools and equipment, some more like simple stuff to help you guys make things. And then at the end of February, we drop some blanks.
Yes.
I'm excited for that. StreetCrafter blanks.
And the little callback, the hedgehog concept was by Mr. Jim Collins. Do we know who made the focus funnel?
Yes, so Jim
We're getting
Collins,
called out for copyright infringement right now.
right now. Jim Collins is the man that made Hedgehog Concept. Incredible book. If you guys haven't read Good to Great, highly recommended. And the Hedgehog Concept was from Rory Vaden. And I actually took a training from him That training really put into perspective, what is it that I'm doing? How can I either eliminate, automate, or delegate everything that I do? And it saved me hundreds of hours, and it gives me some time to spend with my daughter and my son now. So
Thanks for keeping us on our toes, Moral City. We appreciate it. Also, I just wanted to say another quick shout out to our website. So this is the brainchild of a years of work. Street Crafter, someone who likes to make stuff from home. So Street Crafter and get out of the corporate life and then start actually making stuff and make money themselves. This is the website, and we sell the stuff that is known in the industry as direct to film, but we call it affectionately pressable art or press art. Okay, so you can order it from this site. Just click on the site, roll down, and you'll see different styles that you can order. And then once you see it, you'll see a little how-to, little graphic on how that works. And then you can either order single sheets that are already kind of imagined and placed for you. By the way, there was another question that asked if we have other examples of where the placements would be. Sorry, we don't. Only white T-shirts right now. Maybe in the future we will have more. But yeah, that's single sheets. And then you can also go ahead and order bulk sheets. In the bulk sheets, you can put multiple designs and save money. If it makes more sense for you to get the individual, go that route. Or if you want to go ahead and get a bulk sheet and cut it out yourself, do it that way.
And we're going to be diving into some incredible ways for you to monetize those, because one of the questions that came in was really good. It was from Miles Krez. Miles, how do you survive a recession as a clothing brand? Really, really, really good question. And a lot of that is really just going to boil down to is what are you willing to do as a clothing brand owner? And no, not in the wrong way, not in a bad way. I'm just meaning like, how do you stay in the lives of your audience and your market, right? It might mean personalization. It might mean instead of just selling that one T-shirt that was your best seller, like how can you expand and personalize some products so now people want to continue to coming back for you because they want to buy it not just for themselves but for gifts and family and events. That's where we really see Press Art giving you more control over your destiny as a clothing brand owner, because your brand recession means people are going to spend less. They're going to spend less because they need to save to buy food, right? But how do you make your brand something that people want to buy when they're about to, decide between the gallon of milk and the shirt that you're buying? Are they going to buy it for a present? Or are they going to treat themselves to it? Like, you really got to elevate your brand to a new level this year, because the reality is that there's going to be a decrease in consumption from a lot of buyers come probably summer, fall of this year. But there's also going to be an increase in personalized products. People are going to want to buy something that they can really make for themselves. So you could be the plug and help people pretty much bring that personalized aspect into their life. You could also print for family reunions. You can print for clubs and sports teams and gyms that you go to, friends, family. There's so much money. There's so many people buying stuff just already, right? There's a whole chain and there's a whole sales funnel of people that are just buying merch for their business, for their families, for their friends. Instead of you just trying to push your brand, you can offer it as a service on the side, making some money and allowing you to reinvest into your growth. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be working on a couple videos to really show what that is.
Especially if you have an existing business already. Friend of mine back in Ohio, he shoots music videos. He has a little studio and everything. And he got hip to the press art. He got a heat press. And now he orders press art for whenever a client comes in. When they book with him, he has an option. Hey, do you want T-shirts along with this? Yeah. How many people are coming? Oh, about 20 people. Okay, cool. 20 short order. Boom. 20 shirt order. Sold right there. And he just makes it right on the side where he shoots his music videos.
Exactly, guys. I mean, I was recently, I started boxing this year, and I just went to the gym, and I was just chopping it up with the owner. And he's like, hey, I'm doing this event. I want you, and I'm like, oh, you do events? Are you doing merch tees? And he's like, no, do you do that? I'm like, yeah, we can make them right now. Literally, close the business, and now we're working on a couple events this year. Mm-hmm. Like, this gets you in the door. Instead of you just having a brand saying, can I sell? You can now offer, I can make. Okay, and if this buys you into events, it buys you into the places that you want to be. You're expanding your capabilities and you're expanding your income stream. So that's what we're really excited about this year. And that's the reason why you guys will be seeing it a lot more, because I don't think it'll really sink in until everyone starts showing everybody else what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, we're always trying to be a little bit ahead of the curve, but as time goes on, you guys will be well equipped. you'll know what to do, and then you can keep it moving. Stick and move, guys. That's what it's about. And yes, we're in Vegas, by the way. Freddie, we are in Vegas. So
Goofy Romantics is on the live stream. What's Medine thinking over there?
Deep thoughts.
He's staring at himself in the monitor.
Yeah. Fresh cut.
Goofy Romantics, click on that link, man. Talk to us. What's
Goofy,
going on?
come on, man. Join the call, bro. If you're on there, we got the Ecamm. Do we still have the Ecamm link? We do.
We got the Ecamm link. I posted it again as a refresher.
And a couple people have been asking, where do they buy press art? Well, I pinned the comment to streetcrafter.com. Guys, it's really easy. Upload your art, ships to you, press, have a finished garment. You're ready to start selling on demand from home. That's the beauty about it, with margins that are incredible, that are print shop margins, doing on-demand pricing, okay? So I really see a huge thing happening with print shops. They're not gonna like us, they're not gonna like you, but at the end of the day, the world is gonna love us.
You know, I'll make a comment about that. I know we were wrapping up on time here, but I just want to make a comment about that. So the print shops, I used to work for a tech company. The tech company was making self-driving cars. So they're actually releasing their first driverless vehicle onto the roads here in Vegas next year. And working for that company, I caught the flack of all of these cab drivers and all these people who had these companies. But if you think about it, there's opportunity in everything. You know, yes, a lot of jobs will be maybe going away, but a lot of jobs will be ushered into the market. So if you own a print shop and you're watching this, no harm, no foul to you. There's ways that everyone can work together. And you guys already know that. You guys are hip to the game and you understand that. It's just about people being forward thinking, figuring out a way to take advantage of this. There was 2009 taxi cab companies, and then 2010 there was Uber, and the world changed. You know, I really believe that this press art, DTF, this technology is making that kind of a shift again. So you want to be on the front end of this, one of the first people taking advantage.
Yes, guys, a lot of exciting things are going to happen this year, so we appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Goofy Romantics was not able to get on, but tomorrow we got a very special guest, so tune in to Make It Wednesdays. We're going to be talking heat pressing. We're going to be talking branding from an incredible apparel brand owner, so you guys are really going to enjoy that. And last plug, ftgu.app. If you're not already a part of it, you're missing out. So make sure you guys join the ftgu.app. It's a website.
From the ground up.
From the ground up app. A question that came up, what is the difference between the app and the Academy? The Academy has a library of like 40 hours of content as well as worksheets and PDFs that'll allow you to really learn how to do a cut and sew brand. The FTGU app is more of an on-demand training type of module where we're gonna help you learn it, make it, sell it, and we help you learn new things in real time. It's less structured than the Academy. It's more free-flowing. It's not as like, this is the worksheets, here's the modules. We do have modules and we do have trainings on there already preloaded when you join, but it's more about helping you make brands and products and then being a part of a community to support you. Accessing the app, in a few weeks, we'll give you exclusive discounts to StreetCrafter. So as the product library of StreetCrafter grows, you have exclusive access to it in order to help you in order for you to save money on the products that you're making. So that's the vision that we have, guys. We want to really help you guys, not just educate you. We want to empower you and want to give you the best pricing to help you get the highest profits. And that was the promise of this video, and we enjoyed every single one of you guys.
One last quick question. Somebody said, what's the feel like? It's more like they said if it's like vinyl. It kind of is, but it's more stretchy. I've been doing it the whole episode. I don't know if you guys noticed, but you can stretch it out and it doesn't really lose form.
And you can put it on any material.
Any material. And what's really cool though is that it, like personally, I feel that depending on the blank that you use, it almost feels like a screen print too. Like if you got more of a open end, like heavy wear street tee, it starts to feel more like a screen print. And it's funny because we actually had a screen printed shirt, and Amanda thought it was a press art, but it was actually screen printed. So a lot of it feels like a mix of screen print mixed with vinyl with a little bit of less DTG, because DTG kind of forms into the fabric and screen print sits over top and vinyl sits over top. So I really think it's a mix between like screen print and vinyl.
And it doesn't feel real thick either.
It doesn't. Yeah. It's very light.
Yep.
So when you design it, I don't know if you can get an overhead shot on this. When you guys design this, keep your empty space in mind, okay? Because even if you design something with a screen print, if it's just a big image of a screen print, it's gonna feel thick. But if you start to break up the design, like for instance here, you break up the letters, you break up this guy, now you have a picture here. it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel cheap. It feels like a quality print.
And it doesn't crack after washes.
And it doesn't crack after washes. We've been testing it since the summer. We've been really diving into the R&D on this to make sure that you guys get the best products. If you can switch it back over here, Cody. We want to make sure you guys get the best products for your brand. So we weren't just going to release something because we're like, oh, we should release this product now. We've been working on this since summer, guys. We've been developing how are we going to bring you guys the best product? How do we make sure it's being made the right way in order for you guys to be able to make money? And we've priced it at a price that's going to allow you to make crazy margins. So check out streetcrafter.com. I pinned it in the chat. And Medine, let's take this away, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this stream, you want to know what we're about. We believe here at From the Ground Up that you should find who you are and be it, find what you love, and do it. So, if you have a hard surface anywhere near you, start pounding away. Pound away like the bank pound away on my front door when I owe them money. Okay, so we believe in a way to shorten that is wake up and win. Okay, so I'm going to say wake up. You're going to say win as loud as you possibly can. Not once, not twice, but 3 times for good measure. We say, wake up!
Word!
Wake up!
Word!